Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. My name's Matt. I'm the Awakening Angler. And I'm out here fishing in Nida Lake this morning. I came back to where I left him yesterday. On the humps. I'm just north of 130. This wind's a little weird today. It just won't sit still in one direction for very long, so you can get set up on a drift. So I'm fouled right at the moment. So I am fishing these humps just north of 130 out in the channel. There's a bunch of dredge piles out here. Some of them are anywhere from 5 to 15 feet off the bottom. And we found them Sunday. I found them Sunday. And we hit quite a few on limited drifts. Yesterday we hit a bunch of fish, all shorts except one. Now today I've had 3, all keepers, but I've only had 3. I've had fish on every hump, but I haven't had multiple fish on any of them. And I'm doing really short controlled drifts, going just up above the structure, going right over it, up above it, right over it. I'm not making real long, pronounced drifts by any means. I'm trying to stay right on where these fish are tight to this structure. And I've had 2 instances today where I marked fish, and now for me, my graph is in that back corner, right underneath the I1 baits sticker. And so I've had occasions where I had a dog, 4, 5, 6 fish right there, and I went right to the back of the boat, straight up and down. There he is. When you're sniping them like that, what I have found is if you don't hit them in the first, let's say 6 jigs, you're not gonna. And usually it's the first 1 or 2, it's the first or second jig where they're there. You know, you're dropping it right on their head. They didn't see it coming, and boom, it startles them and they grab it. Everything we're doing is reaction bite. Now, one of those keeper walleyes this morning was pronged up underneath his chest right here. Like I talked about yesterday. So what does that mean? That means they're coming in, they're looking at that bait as it's doing this on the bottom, and they're coming right up over the top of it going, oh, what is that? Do I want it? And then they get in the way, basically. I'm not the most aggressive jig and wrap jigger. I like to snap it off the bottom, but I'm not, I wouldn't say that I'm really ripping it. I more want it to jump like that, to just, it's sitting there on the bottom and then it just leaps off. I really think the speed at which it comes off the bottom is the trigger. Water temp out here in the main lake is 76. We started out, I don't know if this is smoke again. Yesterday we had a due south wind and it was real hazy, super humid. Now I don't know if this is smoke from something somewhere. I thought all that stuff was over. Maybe it's not. I don't know if I don't know. But today again, it's super hazy out here. And I don't think that's just the humidity. There's something in the air. I just don't know what it is. But yeah, no question, today has been a slower bite. I've been fishing the same humps as I did yesterday. And again, yesterday, all but one of our fish were shorts. Today, they've all been keepers, but there's only been 3 of them. A couple perch, and that was it. So it's been decidedly slower this morning, although Hi, that big chartreuse shiver minnow that I showed you yesterday, I broke the tail off it on a fish this morning. So I've got a whole pile of them. I'm going to take them down to Carl Kapfer. I saw Carl made a post. I shared it that he's got all the tail fins to fix any brand jig and wrap. So if you got a pile of them like I do, sitting there with a bare rear hook and no rear fin, you can take them to Carl. I don't know what he charges. Carl's about as fair as they come, so I can't imagine it's much. And he said he could fix them, and it's a whole lot quicker of a fix than sending them back to Rapala. And not all of mine are Rapala. I don't fish a ton of Rapala jig and wraps. I've got a bunch, but I like these moonshines. I really do. I fish them more. I like the way they hop. This is a currently I've got a hyper rattle on, but that's just out of coincidence. I like this hyper rattle. It's the smaller one. That big one is like, it's like jigging a freaking downrigger ball. And these smaller ones, 25 feet, no problem to fish them in. I was that yellow one that I showed you yesterday was a bigger one. To me, it's all about feel. It's all about how that rod feels, how it comes up off the bottom, how it snaps for me. Sometimes, I don't know whether it's my arm is different. Sometimes some of them just feel too heavy, or they don't. This is the hyper rattle. See how heavy? It carries all its weight forward like this. So it goes down fast, almost straight down. But when it sits on bottom, now when you go to lift, you can see that. It goes just like that. The way that pull point is it goes straight up like that. So it goes pew, pew, like that. Again, I like them to snap and to really jump off the bottom. That's personal preference. I'm using my JT Rods Black Rain 6'9" right now. This is a medium action with an extra fast tip, and it's not too big, it's not too heavy. You don't get terrible arm fatigue at the end of the day with this little bit shorter rod. I've got some 7+ footers that I do sometimes jig with. I just am not today. We're right on top of this hump. I'm going to give it an extra minute or so. See if we can't catch one on camera for you. That wind has completely died. Just like that, from the start, we've been talking for 8.5 minutes. That wind just died. I don't know if it's going to switch, but it stopped blowing completely. We'll go one more cast. This will be my last cast for the day. Well, 10 minutes on the button. Nothing on that last cast, so I'm getting out of here. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today. Again, I appreciate everybody for showing up every day. If you like what I do here, please subscribe. It means a lot to the channel, to me. It's free to you, but it's priceless to me. So thanks, everybody. Have a great Tuesday. Keep your tip up.